I will ask our attorney, well, first off, I'll need a motion to come back into our regular meeting.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none. District 1?
Aye.
2? Aye. 3? Aye. 4? Aye. We are now back into session. Now then, I'll ask our attorney to make the how
Yes, sir.
it's to read.
Mr. Chairman, you'll need a motion indicating that executive session was held, that there was one litigation matter discussed, no final action was taken, and you can sign an affidavit. You can sign an affidavit to that effect.
Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, vote verbally. District 1?
Aye.
2?
Aye.
3?
Aye.
4?
Aye.
I'll be happy to sign that. Now then, we're back into this regular session, and the call meeting. Item number 2 is discussion and possible action on a final plat for Thunder Point Commercial Subdivision, tabled at 08/01/2025. That item is now back on the table. And before, we have 2 people signed in. First, Brandon Burgess. It's right in the middle, and a little green light will come on.
Really ain't have much to say. Just here we are again. If you got any questions, I'll reserve time. We're happy to answer. Hopefully we can get this done today. Thank you.
Next on the list is Jerry Donovan. Jerry?
Similar to Brandon, from the Thunder Valley Homeowners Association and the litigants listed, we reached an agreement, and y'all have seen that. We hope that we can get this wrapped up, and I'm here to answer any questions that y'all might have of me. Thank you.
Thank you. Lisa, Paul, anything that you'd, or Adam, you'd like to? Lisa's not here, so it'll have to be Paul or Adam.
Mr. Chairman, I'll just give a brief overview of the agreement. As the parties have discussed, there was a settlement reached regarding the appeal of the preliminary plat for Thunder Point Commercial Subdivision. That is number 2 on your, or excuse me, the 3rd item on your agenda. I'll go ahead and give you the specifics of the agreement between the parties for number 3. Generally speaking, it involves an enhanced landscape plan, a limitation on commercial signage, certain road signage that will be included in the development, notice requirements in the event that a convenience store is proposed for any of the lots, enhanced setback requirements, limitation on certain uses, and a rerouting of the existing roadbed of Thunder Point Road. There are some small obligations on the county that would require us to receive a request for sidewalks in certain locations and for the placement of a right turn lane off of Thunder Road. But again, those items are not a huge burden for the county, but obviously they were important to the parties. Again, they have settled a dispute regarding the initial preliminary plat, excuse me, approval. Before you currently is the final plat. Staff has approved, and all departments that are required to have the final plat done have also approved. There have been some changes between the preliminary and final plat, and those are reflective of the terms agreed to between Thunder Point and Thunder Valley. We can answer any specific questions about the agreement when we get to that one, but currently before you is the proposal for the final plat.
I'd like to get a motion on the floor before discussion. And the motion would be to approve the final plat for Thunder Point Commercial Subdivision and authorize the chairman to sign.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Now, does any discussion or questions of? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. This can be electronic. Voting is complete. Districts 1, 2, 3, and 4 vote aye. The final plat is approved, and I will be happy to sign. Item number 3 is authorization for the chairman to sign the Thunder Valley Commercial Development August 2025 settlement agreement. And we have two people signed in to talk on that. Brandon Burgess first. He waives, and next is Jerry Donovan, and he waives. So both of those are waived. Gentlemen, I'll entertain a motion, and then we'll have a discussion.
So moved.
We have a motion to approve the
Mr. Chairman, this is a District 1 issue, or a
No,
District 3 issue?
this is a
And
District 3 issue.
I have supplied you with a copy of a motion that I would like to introduce.
You did?
Yes?
We already have a motion on the floor.
We do have a motion on the floor, though, but even though you
It
just,
has not been seconded.
okay, it's not been seconded, you're right. I'm okay to, I need a, if I don't get a second to this motion, then I'll move forward. Second. Well, you can alter it, you can make a,
Let me amend the motion. I'm not sure what the motion is.
okay, the motion on the floor is to authorize the chairman to sign the Thunder Valley Commercial Development August 2025 settlement agreement.
And I would amend that motion by saying, adding the phrase, with declining the requests in items number 11 and 13.
Okay, the motion at this point is to authorize the chairman to sign the Thunder Valley Commercial Development August 2025 settlement agreement with declining the request in items 11 and 13. Is there a second to that?
Second.
Okay, that motion is on the floor and up for discussion. Commissioner Hersey, I believe you made.
So item number 11 is a request that the county build a sidewalk along Riverside Drive to Clack Circle. And I think that the county is not in a position to be building sidewalks in residential subdivisions unless the county is prepared to build sidewalks in every subdivision that they are petitioned or requested to do so in. And if the county is in the business of building sidewalks, I would be the first one to ask that they build a sidewalk in my subdivision. Item number 13 has to do with providing a right turn lane from Thunder Road, I believe, onto 44, and that is GDOT's responsibility. In the past, developers have always built ingress and egress lanes, either right turns or left turns or both. I don't think it is the county's responsibility to build an exit right-hand turn lane from Thunder Road onto Highway 44. So I would object or decline the requests made in these two items.
Other comments? Commissioner, did you second? You have the right.
Well, this is just a
Garrett?
clarification. I mean, my understanding is that this is simply a request of the county and not an obligation. And I guess as a point of information, and has the county ever installed a sidewalk anywhere?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Other comments? Hearing none, I'll call for the question, and let me emphasize the motion. The motion is authorization for the chairman to sign the Thunder Valley Commercial Development August 25th settlement agreement with declining the request in items 11 and 13. This is the amended motion. I mean, I may have misstated that.
Right. Mr. Chairman, you're voting on the amendment to the motion,
Right.
not the motion itself.
We're voting on the amendment to the motion. I want to clarify that. I thought I said that, but probably I didn't. Okay, and it'll need to be verbal. So District 4,
Mr. Chairman, just to clarify, are we voting on whether to amend the motion?
Yes.
Right.
This is just the amendment to the motion.
But whether we amend the motion or voting on the amended motion?
No, we're voting on to.
Whether to amend.
Right.
And as a result of this, you will either have a new motion
Right.
or you will have the original motion made by Commissioner McElhaney.
Right. Thank you.
Commissioner.
Right, we are voting to amend it to take the sidewalks, and that's what we're voting on, right?
Right, to take that off and take
Okay.
the.
Aye.
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 The amended motion carries. And that is to remove items 11 and 13. Now we got to go to the original motion, correct? And as amended. Now, any discussion on the original motion as amended? You can vote electronically for that. Voting is complete. Districts 1, 2, 3, and, I'm sorry?
That was
What's
quick.
not right?
Steve was,
Okay.
I was like to say, Steve is lightning fast today.
Oh, I thought, mine says authorization from chairman to sign. That's the one before. Tell you what we'll do. We'll vote verbally.
We got it. She had the wrong one up, but downstairs.
Just throw it. Okay, now it's up. Voting is complete. And districts 1, 2, 3, and 4 vote aye. That motion will carry, and that is taking off 11 and 13. Moving forward, correct? Next, we go to item number 4. This is authorization for the chairman to sign the revised intergovernmental agreement for the use and distribution of proceeds from SPLOST 10. Before we go to Adam or Paul, we have 2 people signed in. First is Barb Vargo. Barb?
Okay, it's Barb Fargo. First of all, I have a Splash 9 receipt in front of me that says $1,013,354 is possible to be JE'd into Splash 10. That is for 6 payments of the fire truck. Is that part of the debt down, or I did not see that amount in the splash areas for 10. Also, I have in here, under the public works, I still have a paver for $150,000 on splash for that amount that the paver's been paid for months ago, unless we're gonna journal entry it back to splash 10. If splash 10, I don't know. As far as the extension office goes, back in April 5th of 2024, we had a presentation of this being built here on the grounds. I'm getting to the point of realizing that we are stuck and we don't care and we are still going to build it. My problem is here, when I look back at that, 800,000 of that was for the pickleball courts. Now, it's in the amount of the extension to build it, and you go to the rec department and you see it for $800,000 again, and it says admin on it in the rec department. So it's like a double dip here. Somebody's got to give us some information and understanding on that respect. And yes, I'm looking at the backup for all this. And as far as I'm concerned, this building needs a lot of help. This building. I've walked through it. I've seen the cracks. I think that maybe we should take that $150,000 and put it into this building. The jail, I don't see $9 million doing anything there. So please keep this in mind. I don't see this as being able to go through, because I just see a lot of errors. Yeah, so please keep this in mind. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Bill Vargo. Okay, so Bill passes. Let me put my glasses on so I can read. This is authorization for chairman to sign the revised intergovernmental agreement for the use and distribution of proceeds from SPLOST 10. Paul or Adam?
The changes were made, things were rounded, we added roads, put that category in. It's what you requested at the last meeting. It's ready to be signed and forwarded to the city.
I'll entertain a motion and then we'll discuss.
So moved.
We have a motion to authorize the chairman to sign the revised intergovernmental agreement for the use and distribution of proceeds from SPLOST 10. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the floor. Is there discussion? First, Commissioner, none? Who's second? Commissioner?
Yeah, I very much appreciate the fact that the numbers have been rounded off for the county projects, and that there has been an inclusion of a project called, what was it? Public Works, Roads and Bridges. As I've said before, this allows, even if we overspend that allocation, that project for patching potholes and replacing culverts. I've just seen a culvert pipe replaced in front of the convenience center at Rockville. Did a great job. Well, they left a couple of big holes, which we need to make sure that trucks don't fall in them. But anyway, again, I do appreciate the effort on the part of Paul and the finance department to round off these numbers. And the only question I have is whether the collections estimate is really accurate. You're talking about 45 million plus over a 6-year period. So you're talking about, over 7 million per year in collections, and right now collections are running about 5 million. So it's a hope and a prayer. But thank you.
Thank you. Other comments, Commissioner?
I also appreciate at least a nominal amount for roads. I just want to ask some clarifying questions about how this may play out in practice under the rules. So my understanding is, say, for the jail, since it's a Tier 1 project, should the jail end up costing whatever it ends up costing, that dollar amount will come off the top and will necessarily discount, assuming collections are in line with reality, will discount what's available for other projects. Is that accurate?
Yes, they can come off the top. Howard is not ready, so Howard will take the collections monthly. Or the sheriff is not ready. He'll take the collections monthly.
Right, but should he be ready within the 6-year period, and should the price be significantly more than the 9 million, he will have priority?
Yes.
Okay, and therefore, while we try to be as accurate in these estimates for the other dollar amounts, they are only estimates. Who knows where inflation will be in a few years' time? Essentially, what I'm asking on behalf of the public is that we want the public to sign up to these projects more in terms of the items and less the precision around the dollar amounts. The dollar amounts may shift based on priorities, costs, inflation, unknowns. I just don't want the voters to get too obsessed about the numbers and therefore the implied priority. A lot could shift.
So
That's unknowable.
The contract that ultimately comes before you all will dictate exactly how much you will approve. So if Howard or the sheriff happens to get an invoice or a cost in for $11 million, you can say, no, go cut it X. So you are the ultimate arbiters of that amount of money. If it goes over $500,000, I would imagine that would be a pretty easy yes. If it goes over $2.5 million, that's a little trickier. So at the end of the day, the contract comes here. The sheriff cannot sign contracts.
Right.
So it's the Board of Commissioners that will actually dictate what that number will be. So
Right. And-
you
right.
we won't get out over our skis and come crashing down the mountain, so to speak. You'll have your lever on the switch to hit the brakes.
Right. No, I understand that. I suppose what I'm saying is that if in 3 years' time we decide there's urgency around committing more money to roads, ultimately we have that flexibility.
That those funds would be excluded from that. His tier 1 project, you don't get to
Oh, right.
take those.
No, I don't mean take it from that.
I
What I
mean-
mean is within the non-tier 1 projects, meaning all the rest.
You
There's some-
you can maneuver that
That's
higher
what I'm
or
asking.
lower based on if we're going to be short, then guess what? Roads may not get paid, or something may not happen somewhere else.
Right,
So,
right.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, we have some flexibility.
we live within our means.
Right. No, I understand that. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying we have some flexibility within our means as to, what our priorities now are reflected on the screen. Our priorities in 3 or 4 years might be a little bit different.
Any other comments? Commissioner Wooten?
Well, Paul, by the time that the sheriff does, I'm thinking in this term, by the time he gets to, he wants to do it, we'll know more about where we're at. And if I'm not mistaken, there's not been a splash that hadn't generated a little bit more than, am I right on that, than anticipated?
Most notably, the most famous one was Splash 6. That over-collected significantly.
And we'll know more where we're at by the time he gets ready to start his construction because, like he has stated before, he's got to get a lot more in line with with his department heads and stuff like that and get stuff. He's just not ready right now. And that is the reason he's wanting to kind of postpone taking his monthly money, right?
Correct. He's very busy, and he doesn't. My last conversation with him is he basically doesn't have enough time to commit to this project 100% of the time right off the rip. So he'll manage it over time rather than go full bore right off the gate.
Thank you.
Commissioner Hersey?
Yeah, just remind everyone, the commitment is not necessarily to the dollars estimated. It is to the projects. So the projects have to be completed or substantially completed within the 6-year period, or if they're not feasible, they can be eliminated, but that is a question for this board to decide whether something is feasible or not feasible. If the project is not completed within the 6-year period, it can be extended to SPOS number 11, assuming SPOS number 11 gets funded. But my real question really is timing. I assume that the city will sign off on this since their allocations and projects have already been approved and are unchanged in this version of it. So at our next meeting, we will have the resolution
Right.
to go with.
The city will meet, I believe, next Tuesday.
And we should have it for the Friday meeting.
We should have it for the Friday meeting. Right. Very good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
If that's it, I'll call for the question and ask you to vote electronically. The motion on the floor is to authorize the chairman to sign a revised intergovernmental agreement for the use and distribution of proceeds from SPLOS number 10. Voting is complete. Districts 1, 2, 3, and 4 vote aye. I'll be more than happy to sign that. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it, and I'll try to hand carry that to the city today. Finally, closing, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Is there a second? Second. We have a motion and a second on the floor. You can vote electronically to adjourn the meeting. Voting is complete. Districts 1, 2, 3, and 4 vote aye. This meeting is adjourned.